the 8 contenders from across the whole globe, who were competing at some of the most difficult physical and mental challenges of their lives, were ready to finally find out who among them would become the ultimate self-defense champion. Yet before that happened, they still needed to fight each other in 20-second all-out fights in unusual environments. And every win was crucial, as the 4 top contenders were separated by only 2 points, with Seth and Nathan standing at an equal score. And the first environment they were going to fight at was a nightclub scene with flickering and changing lights, a layer of haze, and loud music in the background further disorienting them, with former Special Forces soldier Randy and Kudo World Vice Champion Vilus going first.
Changing. I couldn't understand when it's time to punch, when it's time to react. I did a sweep, thought that I'm gonna ground and pound him. Lights went out, couldn't find him on the ground.
Ideally swept me. I scrambled to get to my feet as quickly as I could. When the lights came back on, where I was looking, he wasn't.
Although it was a close fight, Vilus had an edge, winning him this one.
A couple times he was moving and the lights went out. I'm like, yeah, that adds a layer.
1 second is enough to disappear.
But BJJ competitor Josh and sumo champion Seth weren't set on fighting in a conventional way.
I decided to devise sort of a performance. First of all, I had a secret thing I was gonna do, which I didn't tell him. After that thing happened, what I want you to do, lift me up like they do in Dirty Dancing. He's like, okay, I'll do that, but as long as I could throw him into the pillar. Pull out my first special move to just sit to my butt. I'm pointing at my crotch, get in my guard. I don't think Seth understood because he starts trying to like kick me in the crotch. He goes to double leg me. Okay, this is the signal we talked about. The signal for the Dirty Dancing lift. So I just like don't defend anything. And then he finishes the double leg.
Clearly, there was some miscommunication between Josh and Seth, leaving Seth with a clear first win.
I knew already that I wanted to hit somebody with the pillar.
It was actually reverse psychology. I wanted Seth to pick me up and start hitting me with the pillar because eventually I was going to bounce back hard enough that I would be able to kick him out.
But the following contenders were not going to back down, with former rugby player Adrian and Kudo fighter Vilus going next. Although there weren't many exchanges between Vilus and Adrian, Vilus landed a couple of strikes and a kick, granting him a win.
When he said that I'm gonna spite it to Adrian, no way I'm gonna exchange with the punch. I just run around and just take shots and oh, look there.
But then Adrian was ready to fight Randy next. And then the 2 injured contenders decided to solve the situation their way. Adrian had the upper hand at the beginning of the fight, but Randy's uppercuts at the end led the fight to a draw. This was extremely important, as Adrian and Randy were separated by only a single point, and both of them were competing for the title. And for the next fight, it was time for Jiu-Jitsu competitor Josh, who had significantly less striking experience, to fight former UFC fighter Nathan. Even though Nathan won the round, Josh stood his ground despite the difference in striking ability. But then we learned that something unexpected happened.
Out of nowhere, he throws a knee straight to my ribs, and I feel it hard. I'm like, oh.
After the round, Josh had trouble breathing. As a result, the on-site medic recommended him to go to the hospital to get checked, dropping him out of the challenge, and after a brilliant performance throughout the entire championship, finalizing his score.
Sucks that Josh got injured. I want to be nice, but I can't. Even though he was hurt, he wasn't acting hurt. He was all positive, and you can tell that that's somebody that is strong physically, but also strong mentally.
But then Nathan still had to fight sumo champion Seth, who was his main rival in the pursuit of the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion title, with this fight playing a significant role in who gets ahead in points. And both contenders were taking each other seriously.
Big, strong dude. I know he has a killer sidekick. He was really fast for his size.
He's got a crazy arsenal, he's incredibly fast, so fighting him with the lights off is a terrible idea.
You've asked, and now it's official. The 4th season of the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship has been confirmed, and it's going to be an all-female season. Support the new season now by crowdfunding at usdchampionship.com/support, as Season 4 will happen only if the crowdfunding will be successful. If you want to apply to participate in Season 4, you will find the application in the crowdfunding page. Seth and Nathan had a close fight, and after consulting with champion of Season 1 Jeff Chan, the judge Mr. X decided that it was a draw. This meant that the following fights will be even more important, as every win and loss could be decisive in who will become the champion, with the following fights taking place in a confined space, where one of the contenders would start sitting, as the other one would face the wall. And after winning a game of Rochambeau, in his fight against Randy, Nathan decided to start sitting. Nathan had better control the fight, winning this round.
It did not go according to what was going on in my head. I thought he was going to come in quick and then just going
I said to myself, do not go in there quick and reckless.
And then Seth, who lost the game of Rochambeau and got to face the wall in his fight against Vilus, found it more challenging than he expected.
Man, I'm nervous. I don't like not looking at you.
And then Vilus decided to further play mind games with Seth.
3, 2, 1, go!
I call him fat boy and he immediately, what?
Vilus's mind games didn't work out, as Seth masterfully used headbutts against the Kudo fighter.
I expected to be physically assaulted. I was verbally assaulted.
We got the headbutt, punches, knees. Everyone like martial arts in here.
That was fun.
And then since Josh was eliminated, there was only a single fight left in the confined space between Adrian and Seth before moving to the final location. While both contenders went all in on this fight,
Oh, we broke the wall.
Seth did more damage, winning this round. This temporarily brought him ahead of Natan, as Seth had one fight more and he won it, meaning that once again, everything will come down to the final 3 fights. Yet before they took place, the contenders sat down to have one last Lithuanian meal together.
How does it feel that this is the end?
It's not very often that you have a lot of fun going through very stressful physical and mental breakdown, but it was truly a blast. You guys are super cool and kind of ironic that the last fight is with you guys because it's like the last people I'd want to fight right now.
You show up here and you're like, I'm gonna win, but then you just love everybody. You're like, I want them to do great. And at some point we're like, we're a team against the attackers. All you guys, you got a home in Las Vegas.
Bittersweet. Number one, not being able to finish the challenges all to the extent is kind of like, oh man, but still so many things that I learned.
I was gonna say that I learned so much, like way more than I thought I'd learn. It was a huge pleasure just being able to be surrounded with all these guys.
I never imagined that I'm gonna sit here in Lithuania with a bunch of you talented guys.
We wouldn't have met each other if it wasn't for this series.
Highly capable and talented dudes at the table. For me, that's really cool. But also the amount of work that goes into putting a production like this together. There wasn't anything negative about this experience, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Anton, Gabby, Odimus, Aviel the doctor, the attackers. It's one of the best experiences of my life, and I'm so glad we're all part of this and really appreciative of all of that.
Let's go fight each other.
And then after conveniently splitting the bill using Revolut, the main sponsor of the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship, a digital financing app that has tons of super convenient features, such as holding and exchanging money instantly in 35 plus currencies with only a couple of clicks in the Revolut app, and exchanging the money with no additional fees on Monday to Friday.
I've personally been using Revolut for years, and I highly recommend it to friends, family, and obviously you, the audience, as it's a really convenient app and card, not only for traveling, but also for daily use.
Download Revolut now for free from my link and have a chance to get 20 euros. And after putting on Station gloves, which you can get now with a 10% discount using the code USDC, the contenders received a final inspirational talk from Master Ken.
I want you to remember the words of a man who competed in the Olympics many, many times, never won gold, was always silver. I can't remember his name. Anybody remember his name? No? Exactly.
They were ready to face the final fights. The final fights were going to take place in a car, where Natan was going to have 2 fights, one against Vilus and then Adrian, while Seth was going to have his final fight against Randy. Since both of the contenders are so close to each other's performance and scores, if either of them loses at least a single fight, it may ruin their chances of winning the title of the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion. And with everything on the line, Natan was ready to face one of the toughest fighters of this season. Natan took a better position at the beginning, and after landing some beautiful knees, controlled the fight all the way to a win.
First time I ever fight in a car.
Yeah, me too. He blocked me with the knee between these 2 seats. Couldn't move and just like, I go to the car.
It felt fast, the whole thing. But once you get into position, both of you can't really move too much, turns slow.
And then, Natan still had to face Adrian. While Adrian took a better position at the beginning, Natan managed to reverse it, winning his final fight. And then, everything came down to Seth's final fight against Randy.
It was bad enough that I had Natan in open space, Josh in open space, freaking Billy, the headbutter, closed space, and then I have Adrian, the human wrecking ball, in closed space, and then in the closed space, I have Randy.
Holy.
The 8 contenders gathered together one last time, not only to find out who received which place, but also to finally find out who became the latest Ultimate Self-Defense champion.
It was an honor to work with you guys.
Same.
The scenarios weren't easy, physically and mentally. Regardless your scoring, your ranking, you all did a very good job and you can be very proud of yourself.
I could spotlight a lot of the team members who were like spending nights working. Like we all would go to bed around 2. Anton and Odemus were uploading footage until like 2:30. Mr. X in the meantime is making scores, and he spent hours upon hours to make sure that the scores were right. So, applause. We will go from lowest score slowly up. Gabriel.
Not a surprise and not a disappointment in any way, because the whole week messaging back to people being like, guess what we did today? Having fun, I learned something. The points for me were just, okay. I'm glad some of those other guys, especially who really wanted to win, I'm glad they were able to.
Shane?
I didn't get to complete the competition. I was really bummed about that. When I came out for the show, I was wanting to win. I think I had a chance to win. I would have represented myself well.
Josh.
I wasn't disappointed. It would have been nice to win, but you have to realize you're competing against a lot of other really good competitors, and all the guys who got in the top 3 did super well, so I'm not surprised by that.
5th place, it's Julius.
I was a little bit disappointed by myself, but when I saw the guy sitting next to me like Randy, Nathan, Sad, I was against these beasts.
Number 4, Adrian.
I knew that I didn't have a perfect run. I knew that there was some things that I didn't do as well in as I thought I should have. At the same time, it was still a good experience. I got to test myself against some guys that I would never have met before if I didn't have the opportunity to compete.
So, 3rd place, Randy.
Yeah, I wasn't unhappy about the 3rd place, but I'm an emotional creature. I love competing. I don't like losing, but I bounce back really quick, right? So I went through a moment of like, nah, that really sucks, that's disappointing, and it's like, yeah, all great dudes. I'm just disappointed in myself.
Randy, though, won the Atomic Bear Challenge. And then, after competing for 5 days in some of the most physically and mentally demanding challenges, and displaying epic moments that will go down in history, it was finally time to find out who becomes the new Ultimate Self-Defense champion.
I saw out of the corner of my eye Natan's hand go up, and I didn't feel any movement. I was right back to season 1. Because it's so hard not to feel accomplished for finishing it. It's so hard not to feel proud of Natan. But to be there again at 2nd place, this one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt for a pretty long time.
Like, wow, I can't believe it. It didn't always throughout the season feel like it's in the bag, but I really am very honored to win it.
I fully agree. Natan is a beast. Strong guy, he's a smart guy.
Not only great guy, but super good at fighting.
It didn't surprise me at all that he was the winner.
If anything, I hope this show at least gets people thinking about what they would do in similar situations.
This show was wow.
So far beyond what I was expecting. I could just see it becoming the next big thing.
This is something like nobody else has ever done at this level, so I'm hoping that there definitely is a season 4 because I'm excited to watch it.
Every day I felt like I was on a movie set, cameras everywhere, lights everywhere, thought process around all the scenarios was really good. Overall, a great experience.
It's a challenge, and it's as real as you can possibly get in terms of truly pressure testing what you think you're capable of.
I am super impressed with this show and with the production and how it all went. Even the people at home can take away something from each of these episodes.
Just goes to show that, yeah, martial arts training is super important. De-escalation, prevention, not going to where there's trouble. And if there is trouble, using your brain to solve it, that's the best part of the show and what makes it complete.
Let's go, girls.
Netani, just wanted to say officially, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
It's a nice belt.
It is, all right.
Can I see it? I just haven't seen it. I just didn't get a chance. I wasn't at the ceremony, so. Yeah, I was curious about the craftsmanship. That is nice. That is nice. Got all the people from the show on it. Which one are you? I'm gonna draw myself on there.